from Hooke's law, we know very well that within elastic limit, we said stress is directly proportional to strain, and stress upon strain was a constant which was denoted by the notation capital E, and we called this E as modulus of elasticity. This modulus of elasticity is of three types, out of which we want to study the first type today, and that is the Young's modulus. So depending upon the stress, okay, there are three types of stresses. Similarly, there are three types of strain, out of which we are going to study the first type of stress today, and that is longitudinal or tensile stress. Similarly, we will study, or more specific, parallelly, we will study longitudinal or tensile strain. So, strain is also of three types, out of which we want to study the first one. And correspondingly, the modulus of elasticity, the moduli of elasticity is also of three types, out of which we are going to study the first type today, and that is Young's modulus. The first type of stress which we want to think about is called as tensile or longitudinal stress. So if the deformation it is in form of change in length, then the stress involved is called as longitudinal stress, or tensile stress is the other name. Similarly, when we talk about strain, strains are also of three types. The first one is longitudinal or tensile strain. So here you can see the force or the deforming force will bring about the change in length of a body. And that time, during that time, the strain produced in the body is called as longitudinal strain or tensile strain. Now, if you want to put it in form of equations, you can see if F is the deforming force applied to a wire of radius small r having area of cross section, say obviously the area of cross section is a circle, so A equal to pi r square. So I know force, I know area, so I can work out stress. Stress is force per unit area. Similarly, when we talk about strain, longitudinal strain defined as change in length per unit original length. If small l is the change in length and capital L is the original length, then it will be small l divided by capital L. Let's talk about the stress first. So tensile stress over here will be applied force divided by area. You can put it as F by A, or F can be substituted as mg divided by pi r square. So this is the equation for tensile stress. Either you put it as F by A or you put it as mg by pi r square. When it comes to tensile strain, it will be change in length per unit original length. Say if change in length is small l, so small l divided by original length, that is capital L, we will call it as strain, tensile strain. So this formula is specifying tensile strain over here, friends. So the first type of modulus of elasticity is Young's modulus, denoted by capital Y, and you can see it will be defined as the ratio of longitudinal stress to longitudinal strain. Now we have expressed the equation for longitudinal stress and longitudinal strain. So when we talk about that derivation, you can see if capital L is the original length, radius is small r, then the load applied will be m into g and extension is a small l. Then for these corresponding values, we have actually created the equations for longitudinal stress and longitudinal strain. We will be substituting these values in the corresponding equation to get the Young's modulus. So when we substitute the values, the equation would look somewhat like this. Okay, for longitudinal stress, it will be applied force per unit area of cross section. So that is mg by pi r square. Longitudinal strain can be expressed as change in length per unit original length, that is small l by capital L, and Young's modulus correspondingly will be longitudinal stress divided by longitudinal strain. So when you put the values, okay, you get the equation as mg upon pi r square divided by small l by capital L. You shuffle the values, simplify it, so you get it as mg into capital L divided by pi r square into small l. where you can say capital Y is Young's modulus, capital M is the load which is attached to this wire, small l is the elongation, R is the radius of cross section area, capital L is the original length, and small l is the elongation. This is the equation for Young's modulus. So in experimentation, what you do, you take a wire, okay, of say length capital L, which directly you can measure it with the meter scale. You fix one end, the other end of the wire is connected to incremental loading, say mg. Now, under the effect of this load, what's going to happen? There will be some elongation in the wire small l. So by somehow some methods we measure this small l, we measure capital L, we know what load we are applying. We can measure the small r, that is the radius of the wire, by micrometer screw gauge. Once we measure small r, you can see because the area of cross section is circle, you can find out the area as pi r square. So you know m, you know acceleration due to gravity, you know L, you know small l, you know small r. So when you substitute all these values, that's how you can get Young's modulus in laboratory. So now I will be sharing the videos on how the experimentation is done in the laboratory. So looking at the first So you can see the wire is being fixed at this particular end. You can check out the arrow over here. Okay. This is the arrangement. This is the total. With the help of this micrometer, you can measure the radius of the wire. Divided by
तुमचा आवाज येत नाही तुम्ही काय बोलताय ते.
माझा आवाज येत नाही.
म्हणजे तुम्ही काय बोलताय ते आवाज येत नाही.
ओके, आता येतोय का?
हो सर.
ठीक. Here you can see with the help of micrometer screw gauge, what they have done, they have worked out the radius of the wire. Okay, so with the help of radius, you can find out the area of cross section. So this is how incremental loading is being attached. Okay, now under the effect of this incremental loading, there will be an extension in the string. You can see there is extension in the string. This blue color mark will move ahead. Correspondingly, small l can be measured. That is the extension or elongation. So for every incremental loading, you are finding out the extension. Okay. So here you can see this blue color mark is moving, okay, and correspondingly we can measure the extension, small l. So you keep on adding the incremental loading, and you can see the blue color mark has shifted from this point to till here. All right, but there will be some elastic limit, so certain loading which this wire can bear. Beyond that, this wire will break. Okay, that's what is going to happen subsequently in the experimentation. So let's have a look at. And then finally you can see somewhere here it will break. Okay. Yeah, this is the point which I was talking here. The loading has exceeded the elastic limit. Yeah, okay. So here you can see each mark is a different plan. This is another way of performing this experiment. Okay, how to work out Young's modulus. So we get the values of small l, capital L directly, area of cross section, and the extensions, and we will put all these values in the formula for Young's modulus which we have derived right now, and that's how we find out Young's modulus of a material in the laboratory. So please go through this experimentation. This is the point which is to be noted. Okay, how the extension is being understood and measured. So this is for unloading. Unloading, what's going to happen? Till the elastic limit, when you unload it, the wire will return back to its original position. Why? Because the wire will be treated. For all the readings for unloading it. Back to its original position. That's an
पण
indication.
तुमचा आवाज येत नाहीये.
That's an indication where Hooke's law is obeyed over here. So what I was saying, while unloading, you can see the wire going back to its original position. That means the deformation is regainable. That means the body is behaving like an elastic body. right? And Hooke's law is obeyed. See, we have estimated small l. I told you how we work out small l from the experimentation. We know how to work out capital L. M and G is something which we decide, so we know it. Small r, how it was found with the help of micrometer screw gauge. So you substitute all these values and you get the Young's modulus. Let's solve some problems on Young's modulus. Now, in this question, they say a wire 2 meter long, 1 mm in diameter, divided by 2 and converted into radius, when stretched by a mass of 2 kg, has its length increased by 0.24 mm. First thing, find stress, then strain, and then Young's modulus. G is given as 9.8 meter per second square. Please make a note of this question quickly. So let's talk about the given data. The length of the wire is 2 meter, diameter is 1 mm, converted into radius, converted into meter. It will be 5 into 10 raised to minus 4 meter. Force M into G, so 2 into 9.8. Small l will be 0.24 mm. So convert it into meter. Okay, so it comes out to be 2.4 into 10 raised to minus 4. Yeah. So length in elongation converted into 2 mm into meter, that is 2.4 into 10 raised to minus 4 meter. So let's see what are things to be found out. So stress, strain, and Young's modulus. Stress, the formula is force per unit area. Strain, okay, here correct it, okay. Strain is small l by capital L. Young's modulus is stress upon strain. First thing is to find out stress. The stress is force, that is 2 into 9.8 upon pi r square area. So here you can see 3.142 multiplied by, okay, 5 into 10 raised to minus 4 square, bracket square. You just simplify it further and you will get the value of stress. Here the correction on the slide is, instead of stress, here it should be mentioned as strain. Please make a note of it. So then the value of stress comes out to be, have a look at it. These are the log table calculations. Later on, you can just work it out. The value of stress will be 2.496 into 10 raised to 7 Newton per meter square. So these steps will help you, okay, how to operate log tables. Then let's talk about strain. Okay, here also it's wrongly mentioned as stress. Please consider it as strain. So strain will be small l by capital L. Small l we know it is 0.24 into 10 raised to minus 3. Capital L was 2. Substitute it. You get this as 12 into 10 raised to minus 5. There is no unit because strain will have no unit. Young's modulus Y is stress divided by strain. So whatever stress we have worked out and strain. Okay, so we will get the value of Young's modulus as 0.208 into 10 raised to 12. Please make a note of it. So the unit for Young's modulus will be Newton per meter square. So let's move ahead towards the next question then. So here you can see in this question they say what must be the elongation of a wire 5 meter long so that the strain is 1% of 0.1. If the wire has a cross section of 1 mm square and is stretched by 10 kg weight. Now when I'm saying 10 kg weight, that means to convert it into force, you will have to multiply it by 9.8. So what is the stress? So they are expecting the stress over here. Please make a note of this problem. Okay, hopefully you have noted down this problem. Let's move ahead then. Capital L original length is 5. Strain 1% of 0.1. That means 1 upon 100 into 0.1. So it comes out to be 1 into 10 raised to minus 3. Area is 1 mm square converted into meter square by multiplying it by the factor 10 raised to minus 6. Force multiplied by 9.8 because it was given in kg weight. So 10 into 9.8. So they are expecting small l and stress. So the first thing, you're going to work out strain over here. Okay. So instead of stress, make a correction over here. Strain is small l upon capital L. Change in length per unit original length. And stress, as usual, force upon area. Here that correction has to be made. Okay. So strain, again here also the same correction applies. Small l by capital L. So from this you can see L will be, whatever is the strain. So strain is 1 into 10 raised to minus 3. So here strain is 1 into 10 raised to minus 3 multiplied by capital L. Capital L is 5. So small l you get. Okay, here make a correction. Instead of capital L, it should be small l. Small l is the elongation which we want. So ultimately it will be 5 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter. Right. So once you get small l, that's the elongation, we can find out stress. Okay. So how we find out stress? So before I show you the step, just make a note of this. So stress will be found out as force upon area. We know force, we know area. So we'll just substitute the values for force and area to get the value of stress. So these are the values for stress then. 10 into 9.8 divided by 1 into 10 raised to minus 6 as area. When you solve it, you get this as 98 into 10 raised to 6, or you can put it as 9.8 into 10 raised to 7 Newton per meter square. So this is the value of stress for the given problem. In this question, they say elastic limit of steel is exceeded when the stress on the given steel wire exceeds 8.26 into 10 raised to 8 Newton per meter square. The elastic limit is given to you. Then you are supposed to work out, can a steel wire having Young's modulus 2 into 10 raised to 11 Newton per meter square, which is 2 meter long, be stretched by 10 mm without exceeding the elastic limit. Okay, so this is something to be checked. So hopefully you have noted this down. Elastic limit in the first statement itself is given to you. Okay, so from the second statement you are going to work out the stress. If that stress is less than elastic limit, you can stretch it by 10 mm. If whatever stress which you work out will be more than elastic limit, then obviously you cannot stretch it by 10 mm. So this is something to be decided. So let's move ahead and let's start working on it. Given length capital L is 2 meter, small l, okay, here it's 10 mm. So make that correction. This is small l, elongation. Convert it into meter. So 10 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter. Young's modulus is given to you for the steel. Elastic limit is also given to you. So you're supposed to find out stress. So how you find out stress? So stress will be Young's modulus multiplied by strain. Strain can be worked out small l by capital L. Young's modulus is known to you. Find out stress. Okay. So you can see strain will be small l by L. So you can work out strain in that manner. So small l is 10 into 10 raised to minus 3 divided by 2. So it is 5 into 10 raised to minus 3. So I have worked out strain. I know strain. I know Young's modulus. Can I find out stress? So Y is stress upon strain. So stress will be Young's modulus multiplied by strain. So just put the values and find out stress. You get the value of stress induced in the wire equal to 10 into 10 raised to 8 Newton per meter square. Now see whether this value is greater than elastic limit. So if it is greater than elastic limit, then you cannot stretch it by 10 mm. Why? What will happen? It will break. So here what I was saying again, the stress induced in the wire is greater than elastic limit. So you cannot stretch it by 10 mm. And the reason is stress induced is greater than elastic limit. Had the stress induced been lesser than elastic limit, then this condition was possible.